Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica, aka Flotaro from Finding Flotaro, and today I am going to do an all-day foundation review check-in type video. So if you're interested in watching this foundation review, then keep on watching. If you watched my last video, you know that I got a sample of the Clinique Even Better Foundation. It has SPF 15 and I've just been trying that out. So I wanted to do a video where I just apply it at the beginning of the day. It's now 12:52, and then just do periodic check-ins throughout the day and then do a final review at the end of the night. So the full name of this foundation is Even Better Makeup Broad SPF 15. It comes in 56 shades. It is a moderate coverage foundation. I feel that it's between a light coverage and a medium coverage. If I want to make sure that my redness on my nose is covered up, I do have to layer it a couple of times, but it's totally fine. It sits lightly on the skin, so it doesn't cake up, it doesn't look heavy on the skin, so I think that's okay if you want to layer it as well. Just reading from the Clinique website, it says, it's a moderate coverage foundation, instantly perfects, improves evenness of skin. Vitamin C and antioxidants actively work to help diminish the look of dark spots, age spots, acne scars. Creates a brighter, more even skin tone, and SPF 15 protects against future discolorations. Stay true pigments won't change color on your skin for flawless, undetectable coverage. Non-streaking, non-settling, sweat, humidity, and water resistance. So for 1 fluid ounce, it is, I believe, $29. Like I said, I just have a sample size that I got from Clinique. I went to Macy's. If you just go to the Macy's Clinique counter, they'll give you enough foundation for 10 days, so it's pretty handy. That's what I'm using. I don't like spending my money on foundation. It's just so expensive and you never know like if you're gonna like it or not, so I really suggest just getting sample sizes. Both Sephora, Macy's, they offer samples so that you can go home and test it out, so you don't need to make a purchase right then. Okay, so I've zoomed you up on in so that you can see how it looks on the skin, and I'm just going to pin my hair back so that it's not in the way. Drink some coffee. If you live in the Seattle area, I definitely recommend trying out Espresso Vivace. They have the best coffees ever. I usually just get an iced Americano, nothing in it. Sometimes I get hemp milk, but I like it with just plain, so it's so good. Okay, so I'm using natural daylight. The sun keeps going in and out of the cloud, so if you see the light change, that's why. Sorry if it gets annoying, but we must continue. So I am going to start with just this little sample size. I'm all about the sample sizes. So I'm just going to start with the Laura Mercier foundation primer and just prime my face. Yeah, if you don't already know, I am a big supporter of little travel size sample sizes. One, they're cheaper, and two, it's good if you like to try out new makeup or new products, because then you don't feel guilty about purchasing a full size and then moving on to the next one. I feel that I need to use up an entire container of product before I switch to the next one, especially with mascara, and so I feel guilty. So that's why I like these small sizes. Plus they're easy to take when you travel. Okay, so it's all primed. I forgot to mention I already moisturized and put sunscreen on. I moisturize every time, every day for the past 15 years, 17 years. With the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion Plus. I have used this since I started using moisturizer. This is the only thing I use. Just the texture of it, the consistency, it's so creamy. I know a lot of people don't like when their moisturizer just kind of sits on their face. It leaves a tacky finish, but I love that. Like, I have dry skin, and so this is the only thing that I feel helps my skin, especially during the winter months. So this is the only thing I will ever use for my moisturizer. But if you have dry skin or you don't necessarily like that tacky sensation or the finish that it leaves on your skin, they also have a gel, which is good for oily skin. And then they also have a jelly, which sort of has the consistency, you know, the water moisturizers, after they've dried down, it leaves a light moisture finish. So the jelly I really like as well. Not sponsored video though. As you can tell, I just have my little mini janky foundation sample. So I'm just going to apply the foundation from my little 10-day sample kit. I am in the shade 69 Cardamon, so I'm just going to apply that to my primed face. I hate having to dip my finger in there, so I usually just use the end of a makeup brush. So that's what I'm gonna do. Hold please. So I'm just taking like the back end of a makeup brush and I'm just dipping that in there. Like I said, this is a light to medium coverage foundation. It's very layerable, so if it's not enough coverage the first layer, then it looks good when you have to layer it on for more coverage. If you want an even sheer coverage, you can use a beauty blender. I right now am on a brush kick. I love the way that brushes blend it, so I'm just going to use my brush. Okay, so this is with one layer of foundation. You can still see my freckles. So I'm just going to put another layer on. And then instead of buffing it out with the intensity that I did the first layer, I am just going to tap and buff, just so I don't move the other layer, the initial layer off. So I just applied it in the areas that I wanted more coverage. My freckles are still gonna pop up, but the little dark spots that I feel are from sun, like the bigger ones, those will get covered up. Okay, and that is layer number 2. So I think it sits very nicely on the skin. You can go back in with a damp beauty blender and just sort of pat it in if you have any brush streaks or if you want it to melt more into your skin. And see how nicely that melted in? It's such a nice natural finish. It's not dewy. It feels tacky, like it doesn't completely dry down, but it gives off just a nice silky matte finish. I feel it's not luminous, it's not extremely dewy, it's just a nice skin-like texture. So this is for the days when you want to have light coverage, you want to make sure that your skin is showing through. This is definitely not full coverage. I feel even if you layer it, it's not going to get to full coverage, but I think a nice medium is the max it can do, which sometimes you just want like sheer coverage foundation, especially like in the summer or if it's extremely cold, you know. One thing I really like though is that I used to find before that I couldn't find a match with Clinique. They mostly ran in pink undertones and not really the yellow olive undertones, but they have improved. Like I said, they have 56 shades with this line, the Even Better Foundation. And there are, I feel, more olive and yellow undertone shades, which I am so happy about because I love Clinique products, their skincare, but I could never really find my shade in their foundation. But now that they have it, and I feel like this color is a really good match for my skin, so kudos to you, Clinique, thanks. Okay, so I have put that all over my skin. I am going to put on some concealer now, and you already know, I don't need to say it anymore. So I'm just gonna take my beauty blender and blend that out. Okay, so I am going to powder my face, complete the rest of my makeup, and I will do another check-in. So I'll see you soon. So I am back. It is now 1:33, and I like the finish of this foundation. It didn't oxidize or change color in the 30 minutes that I've had it on. My powder is layered nicely. I just put on some blush and Patrick's setting powder. So yeah, I really like it. So hopefully it'll continue to wear nicely throughout the day, and I will come back in periodically with check-ins to see how the makeup's doing, and we'll even do that infamous car mirror check, because it's always revealing when you get into your car and you check your makeup in the mirror and you see all its imperfections and if it really is good makeup, you know. And so look forward to those and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, so it's 2:30. I'm in the car. I think it's still looking good. I'm just on my iPhone with the back-facing camera, so I can't really see. I'm trying to use the mirror, but it's not really working. But here's the makeup. I can't see that much creasing. Usually I'll start to get creasing right here, but I can't really see it. So I am about to go eat some lunch right now, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, bye. Okay, it is now 6:05. I am still out running errands just at the mall right now. I wanted to do a quick check-in. I'm not sure if you can tell I'm using my front-facing camera, but things are looking pretty good. It's starting to crease right along the smile lines, but I think everywhere else it's still good. Maybe a little bit worn off around the nose, but other than that, I think we're doing well. So I will check in later tonight. See you. Hi guys, welcome back. It's my final check-in of the day. It is now 11:40 and I've been wearing this foundation since 1:30 today, so that's about 10 hours. And it feels really great. It doesn't feel dry or tight on my face. You know, sometimes when you wear foundation for a really long time, your skin starts to feel really tight and dry. This doesn't feel like that at all. I haven't even touched up with setting spray or anything. I've been in heated cars, heated rooms, which tend to accentuate that dry feeling, but it totally feels good. Looking in a mirror, I don't see a lot of coverage that's worn off. Usually my nose is a little red, but since it was a light coverage foundation, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes because you get used to what your skin looks like. So I am going to later on just sort of wipe off some of the foundation in areas where I need the most coverage, and we can tell to see how it compares, like how much makeup actually comes off versus what's on my face at that point. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in so that you can take a closer look at the finish of the foundation, and we'll go from there. So we're up close and personal. So we're up close and personal now, so you can take a look at my face. I still think it looks pretty smooth, especially in this area over here. I tend to, as the day wears on, I tend to get more, not like bumps or texture, but it just starts to look tired, if you know what I mean. It's not as smooth of an application as it was when I first started. I do have smile line indentations. That's pretty typical for me. No matter how much powder I put on, those smile lines come out by the end of the day. But other than that, maybe some around here has worn off, but I was eating a lot today, so we have that. Sophie wants to say that she also approves of the foundation. So let us test. I have some cotton rounds with some micellar water on them. I'm just going to take off some areas of my foundation and see how it compares, if the coverage is still there or not. So I just did this little section by my nose right here. So you can tell that my nose is usually a little red. So compared from this side to this side, I think it still did a pretty good job. Let's do the whole nose. Okay, and this is my nose with no makeup on. And so I think it did a pretty good job of hiding the redness. It's still covering, it's still showing, so kudos to you, Clinique Even Better Foundation. So my face is dry, so I don't tend to get oily. So for me, shine control isn't really an issue during a long day of wearing makeup. So for me, oil shine isn't an issue after wearing foundation for a long day. Maybe if the weather was warmer, I would have more of an issue, but I can't really tell right now since it is cold outside. But yeah, I don't have any oil or shine coming through. So for at least dry skin, dry to normal, I think it would be okay. But other than that, I think it's done a good job. Let's see around my mouth. I don't know if you can tell. We'll just do this whole middle section. Okay, so now you can see more of the freckles showing, just a little pigmentation that I have. The foundation was there, even though it was light coverage, it was covering it up. It covered the uneven skin tone color. So I am completely happy with this foundation. Just the comfort in wearing it all day long. I didn't feel I needed to just like misting my face. I feel I didn't need to do that. It wasn't uncomfortable at all. And I really liked the coverage, even though it is sheer to medium. It's just the perfect for what I needed today. But yeah, so other than that, I give this foundation probably 9 points out of 10. This is one of the first foundation reviews I've done. I can't really think of anything to fault on it. Maybe if you are looking for more coverage, it is sheer to medium, but it does disclaim that it's not full coverage foundation. So I think that this is nice. Yeah, I really like this. This might be my new everyday foundation. Make sure to check this out at your Sephora or your department store Clinique counter. Just a reminder, you can get a 10-day free sample. I usually just go to Macy's and pick mine up from there, and they'll be able to color match you like they did with me. And I totally suggest that you go and get this sample and try it out for yourself. But so yeah, that's the end of my foundation review. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks, bye. Okay, I already removed it. Sophie says bye too. She's tired. She wants to go to sleep. Okay, we're gonna go to sleep now.